everybody.
Hi, how you doing?
Thank you so much for the time today. Are we ready over there? Okay. Cool. I don't want to block anybody.
Oh, no worries.
So how's everybody doing?
Great.
Great.
How are you?
And obviously the big question, I'm good, thank you. The big question is, how is you feeling after the reaction of the fans yesterday after the panel? How are you feeling?
So good.
That was amazing. Yeah, it was fantastic to see so many people there.
You can feel the love coming from 5,000 people.
It was surreal. It was surreal.
Yes. So I am one of the very fortunate ones to have seen the movie already. And I'm not going to talk spoilers or anything of that sort, but I do want to talk about you all's performances. Now, I feel like there was a little bit extra oomph going on here. A lot of range, a lot of vulnerability, a lot of emotion that you can just see, like off the screen, but also feel. Was there extra motivation for this project, this being the biggest and best My Hero movie to date?
Yeah, I mean, as a huge fan of the series, it's like so exciting to even be a part of it. So I think that even elevates it a little more, like going in, like I really want to do this justice and do a good job. And yeah, it was like an extra level of kind of like pressure, but also like exciting pressure.
You?
Yeah, the film is so extraordinary and so massive, and this franchise is so incredible.
Yeah.
And my character, I have such a deep connection to that. This was an incredibly overwhelming experience in a really beautiful way. So it's a gift in so many ways. Yeah.
And for me, I was just happy to come in and just represent the sheer force of heroes and what they are doing. No, but seriously, you do not realize how much this team and how many of these super powerful, amazing people are working together to make sure that the world that's part of that and a part of it was wonderful. Yeah.
That's awesome. Now I gotta ask you now, the pandemic's been a rough year, and I'm very thankful to be back at New York Comic Con, to be here in person with you all. But something that a lot of us anime fans, we can't take for granted is being able to have the dub available simultaneously with the sub, especially during the pandemic. So was the approach in this film any different, considering whatever may have been roadblocks or challenges considering the pandemic and having to get this done still?
Yeah, I mean, for something like a movie, we're always under sort of a time crunch. It's fortunate that one of my favorite things as a writer is getting to sit in the booth and getting to hear the actors and if the line's not working. So we had to do all that remotely, whether it be a quick Teams chat of hey, this line's not working for whatever reason, can you rewrite it or whatever. But so great at collaborating digitally, both the actors, the engineers, the scriptwriters, the director. That by this point, I think it was kind of business as usual, except for the crushing weight of knowing what a big deal this was. And then watching the movie for the first time, and I know my hero like the back of my hand, and I'm expecting these huge fight sequences, this amazing animation, but not really expecting to be punched in the gut emotionally over and over again. Yeah. So especially after a pandemic, I was like, oh, I need this. Yeah.
I concur, and I'm just again trying to refrain from certain specifics, but absolutely feel you on that. And also, does the approach go different considering that this film also doesn't take canon, isn't canon considering as the other one? Is there a strategy in wanting to tell a story that just has its own uniqueness?
Yeah, I mean, there is the idea that you don't want to write yourself into a corner because some of these characters could come back later or something like that. Fingers crossed for everyone. Yeah. And we don't have a manga to kind of use it as a reference guide. Right. It is exciting though because we get to introduce new characters, we get to work with new actors, obviously, but you get to kind of craft new voices, and so it's really fun for me as a writer to sit down and be what is this villain going to sound like? What is Rody going to sound like? What is Pino, this little bird, going to sound like, or something like that? As opposed to the series, which I love, obviously, but I can sit down and write Deku's lines because I know I've written him for 100 episodes. I know him so well. Yeah.
And I bring the focus on you, too, because you are a big catalyst to making this film go. Did you know you were going to carry this much responsibility?
I did. When I was cast, I realized how much responsibility I was about to be carrying, and that was intense. It was an intense, huge honor. This is one of the first roles of this magnitude I've been able to play with, and being such a big fan of this series already, it was such a massive honor that they would give me this chance. So I feel really, really, I'm really proud of it, and I'm really hoping that I do justice to him and to the show, because I really want the fans to love him as much as I do. I adore him, so I hope that comes through.
You said, I said no spoilers, but spoiler alert, you did justice for this. Now, I want to also come back to you and give you props about something, what I really love about My Hero. It's writing strong women characters.
Yes.
Which brings my focus to you two now.
Yes.
Now, again, not to talk spoilers, but does that also give you an extra level of confidence knowing that your characters aren't just, looking as a crutch or some sort, but actually are leaders and actually are take initiative that we see instantly as well. And also is consulted, for mission strategies. That's the person I need to talk to. Is there a certain level of confidence now knowing that your characters are built like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so great to be able to play those kinds of characters that you almost just kind of embody that confidence that they have while you're in the booth, and it's a really fun, it's just, they're some of my favorite characters to play because they're so cool, and I'm not that cool.
That's not true.
As she says, being the most stylish one here.
Yeah, all right. But they're just so strong and awesome, and it's just really, they're my favorite kinds of characters to play.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think there's that I identify with a lot. I was talking about this earlier. There's a side of, there's a quirkiness, there's a funness, there's a thing that messes with it, but the ability to get down to business and really go in and make a difference, I feel it's great that they're written that way, because we are that way. You go in and you have to get stuff done, and I think the fact that everybody is at high stake and everybody is doing what they need to get done and part of that process, and especially as women, I think that's huge.
Awesome.
It's huge.
Awesome. All right, so my last question, and I will step out of frame for this one. The movie comes out October 28th. It's going to be amazing. We don't get midnight releases anymore, but these come really close to it. That feeling of everybody coming out and the excitement, the crazy, and I know you felt the vibe yesterday, but are you all ready for that day? What are you feeling for that? And I'm gonna give you the mic. You pass it down, just as a love letter to the fans. Yeah. What you want to say to them?
First off, hi fans, friends, new family. I'm so grateful for you supporting us and watching this film and giving us a chance, joining this universe and meeting our characters and accepting us and being so kind to us immediately before even seeing the film. So we feel your love, and we hope that you feel ours when you see this, because we put it in there and it's for you.
Yes. We are so excited for you to see this movie. We put a lot of love into it. We all have a really big love for this series, and I think that you'll really enjoy it, as will we.
I'm also very excited for you guys to see this, especially on the big screen with a lot of noise, a lot of sound, a lot of things. But I think everybody put their heart into this and really put all their love into it. So we're very excited to share that with you.
Yeah, I'm going to echo what everyone said. I cannot wait to sit in an audience, which is actually fun because especially voice actors, but especially the writer, no one knows who I am. So I get to just sit there and listen to people gasp and yell and cheer. And it's I'll happy cry through the whole thing. I'll look like the creep who's just crying in the middle of the My Hero movie. But no, I think you're going to see exactly how much love, heart, and soul that we have all put into this because we love this movie and this franchise so much.
And I must make one correction, folks. This film is coming out October 29th. You have to get your tickets. I mean, you're My Hero fan. You probably already got your tickets already. It's a no-brainer, folks. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be back in person, but the hard work you all have done to get to this point, I truly appreciate it, and I can't wait for the world to see your work. I guess we got to do a plus ultra here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? And on that note, everybody, plus ultra! Thank you all so much. I'm going to take a picture.